Good morning, friends. My topic for today's lecture is string opals, and I shall be covering this topic in mainly four parts. First is the introduction. Second is major port that come under string opals. Third is India's way, and fourth is the conclusion. Talking about string opals is Chinese geographical or a geopolitical policy under which they are trying to encircle India in such a way so that they can create some pressure in India in coming years. And due to the increasing significance of the Indian Ocean, the policy has been launched by China. Now, talking about the significance of Indian Ocean today, the main two arena in today's future geopolitical scenario will be the Indian Ocean or the near of the Malacca Strait. Now, firstly, talking about Malacca Strait, about 70% of Chinese crude oil passes from the Malacca Strait and 60% of Chinese trade passes through the Malacca Strait. The next is the Indian Ocean. About 60% of world reserves, according to many research and studies, are in the Indian Ocean region that are being undiscovered till date. The 40% of natural gas of today's world will, will be in the Indian Ocean that are not yet discovered fully. And as by the many countries like the European countries like UK and France and the country like US has moved toward the Indian Ocean region by the grouping like Quad and other groups. So it whole as a whole create a scenario and it increases the significance of Indian Ocean for today's world. Now talking about the string of pearls. String of pearls is a Chinese policy that is mentioned earlier where a pearls represent Chinese military installation or any ports that are required by Chinese company or either Chinese government. With us and the string represent the connectivity between these ports. And when the whole scenario comes together, it forms a string of pearls around the Indian Ocean region where China is being dominant. Now talking about different ports that come under string of pearls. The first port is the eastern port of the string of policy is the Henan Island port, as told by the many geopolitical expert. So the Henan Island is a naval base of China, and they have good installment over there, military installment over there. The next port is the Chittagong port of Bangladesh. The China has established good relation with Bangladesh, and they are trying to develop the Chittagong port of Bangladesh. The third port is the Hambantota port of Sri Lanka that is taken by lease by Chinese government for 99 years. And recently we have seen the movement of Yuangbang 5 research vessel of China that has created disturbance in the Indian perspective and the Indian Ocean region. Now the fourth and the westernmost port of the Chinese string of pearls policy is the Gwadar port of Pakistan that they are forming under that they are developing under the CPEC corridor, that is a road connectivity between the Gwadar port of Pakistan to the Chinese mainland passing through the POK, that is Pakistan occupied Kashmir. The fifth is the Djibouti naval base, and in 2017 China has officially named it as first overseas naval base of China in Djibouti. Now the fifth is they have established good relation with the countries of African Union, and they have good presence over the countries that are facing the Indian Ocean region. Now I will cover the India's way. India has also come with two policies as told by many geopolitical experts. The first is the necklace of diamond policy, and second is the double hook strategy. The necklace of diamond policy is a policy under which India has developed cordial relation with the countries that are present in the Indo-Pacific region. First and the foremost country is in the Japan. In Japan, India and Japan both are the members of Quad, and we are continuously doing many joint naval exercises like joint sea patrols and the Malabar exercise. And we have military access to the ports of Japan, and we regularly do patrolling of Indian Ocean with Japan. The second is, as I told earlier, the importance of the Malacca Strait. So Malacca Strait, India has developed good relation with Indonesia, and we have the Sabang port of Indonesia. We have the military access to that port, and the Changi naval base of Singapore. We also have military access to both ports. So these ports are present over the entry and exit of Malacca Strait, and further we have our Andaman Nicobar unsinkable aircraft carrier that is being said by many geopolitical experts of India, that is Andaman Nicobar Island, and we have recently given 75,000 crore rupees for the development of airstrip and other military installation over there. The next is the Hambantota port. As we know, Hambantota port comes under China, so we have collaboratively developing with Japan the second terminal of the Colombo port. We have acquired the deal from the Sri Lanka authorities and we are co-developing it. The next is the Agalega Islands of Mauritius. India is building military infrastructure and airstrip to increase presence in Western Indian Ocean. According to satellite imagery, India is developing hangars that are large enough to host Indian Navy P-8I Poseidon aircraft also. And we have cordial relation with that country. The other country is the Maldives. We are currently in deal with the Maldives for development of their islands, but it is not finalized yet due to some political issues. Now next port is the Dugam port of China, the Dugam port of Oman. Near the Dugam port of Oman, we have taken the military access to that port and we are co-developing it. It is not specified that we have got the military access, but we can further develop it. The next is the Madagascar. Madagascar is a country which is also tell as a gateway of the Indian Ocean from the western side. So we are continuously doing amphibious operation over there, and we have access to that port. We continuously operate our ships from there. The next is the Chabahar port of Iran. We are currently in deal with the Chabahar port, but the deal is not finalized yet. But it gives us access to a port which is very near to the Gwadar port of Pakistan. So it as a whole complete a necklace of diamond, where diamond is representing a Chinese port or Chinese military installation. Not Chinese port but Indian port, Indian military installation. And the necklace is the connection between all the ports. The second policy is the double hook strategy. According to double hook strategy, all the ports that I mentioned earlier are included in that, and furthermore the Farkor Airbase of Tajikistan that we have acquired in 2002, and the next airport is the Mongolia. Mongolia is a country we have given credit of 1 billion line of credit to that country, and we are developing correlation with the country. So it as a forms a two double hook that are encircling China in a way, or we are developing good relation with good connectivity in the Indian Ocean region. The third policy of India is the look east policy, under which we are developing good relation or the cordial relation with the countries of Indian Ocean region, which are island countries and they do not have good amount of money to develop their ports. And under this policy we are giving them military aid, food aid, and third is the any other aid that they are aspiring, the medical aid or any other aid that they are aspiring to us. Now I will talk about the conclusion. Conclusion is this: as today we know the significance of the Indian Ocean has increased, and any country that dominates the Indian Ocean region will dominate the future warfare. As we know, the China has grown its naval army in very potent way, and they have surpassed US in this way, and they have a lot of missile carriers. They have developed they are currently developing third or fourth aircraft carrier, and they have a big fleet of the vessels over there. So they are in full mood to dominate the Indian Ocean region, but as a great military power in the Asian region, or collaborating with the countries like US and other European countries, we should have to defend China in this way and to stop them, because it would have further very tremendously bad impact on the world peace. Thank you.